Rightio then, guys. Hello there, welcome back to a new video. Now, I'm going to keep this bit short and sweet because obviously it's only the intro bit, but in today's video what we're going to do is we're going to talk about insurance in the UK and how much I pay for insurance, because that is a very common question I get asked by you guys on YouTube, you guys, you know, that message me on like Instagram or Facebook or whatever, from obviously like people that follow me on here. Yeah, so it's just a general question really of insurance in the UK and how much it costs me to run both the cars. Let's go. Rightio then, guys. So, insurance in the UK. I think I've made a video pretty similar to this one before. I'm not going to lie there. But for those of you that are new around here, and also because circumstances have changed and stuff, obviously I've got 2 cars now, we're going to run through it all again. So, insurance in the UK, how does it work? It's a ball ache. Not necessarily because it's complex, but just because of the amount of information that is actually required from insurance companies to get you a quote and what they need to know about you. Now, you know, so the first thing is obviously the car, which is very easy. You provide them with the number plate or license plate if you're from the US. Yeah, you provide them with the number plate and it brings up all the information on the car. Next thing they need to know is the details about you. So who you are, where you live, how old you are, how long you held your license for, have you got any years no claims, which basically means have you successfully completed a year of a policy without having an accident or having to make a claim on your insurance, is what that means. So, you know, they need to know that. They want to know what occupation you got, whether you're married, whether you're gay, whether you're a terrorist, probably, I don't know. So, you know, they want to know everything about you, probably including how many pubes are on your ball sack. Honestly, the amount of information they need out of you, personal information, is stupid. The bit about the ball sack and a couple of other bits was a bit extreme, but genuinely they need a lot of information, like where you live, how old you are, and all that sort of jargon. So yeah, they need to know that. Then, the next thing is convictions. So they need to know whether you've had any motoring offences, any claims of your insurance in the past, any general offences that you've done, so like GBH or, you know, something like that. They need to know whether you've got any medical conditions that could affect your driving. They need to know whether your licence is to cover manual and automatic or just automatic. You know, they need to know an abundance of stuff. They need to know so much. Then they need to know, you know, what you do for work. Are you employed, self-employed, not working? Are you a student? Whatever the case may be. If you're working, you know, what is it you do for a job? So, you know, for me, I'm a sales manager in the scientific industry. That's what I am, and that's what I need to declare to my insurance. So that's what I am. Flipping heck, this is busy today. Crikey. Yeah, so that's what I am, and that's the information that they need to know. Then, have you got any additional drivers on your insurance? Of which case, on my insurance, I've got my dad, so I need to tell them all about my dad, whether he's employed, self-employed, what he does, how old he is, how long he's held his licence for, how many years no claims he's got. I need to run through all of that same information, convictions, everything. And then there's 3 different types of policy you can have. You can have third party fire and theft, or fully comp. So third party, well, you've got insurance on your car. It covers you for nothing. I think if anything, it makes you pay out to repair the other person's car. I think is where that works. Then you've got third party fire and theft, which is the same again, but it also covers you if your car gets stolen or burnt out. Then you've got fully comp, which is what I've always gone for, and that covers you for absolutely everything. So whether your car's been stolen, whether you've had an accident, it'll pay out to get your car repaired, not someone else's. You know, all that sort of stuff. So, you know, you've entered all that information in on your comparison site. That's how I commonly do it. You guys might want to call up insurance companies, I don't know. But, you know, how I do it on a comparison site. So you've entered all that information in, you smack that quote button, and then you find what quote you want to do. And then, there you go. So that's everything that goes into actually getting a quote. Now, what actually affects your quote? Well, where you live. So if you live in an area with high crime rate, it makes your insurance go up. How old you are. If you're a new driver, obviously they're going to charge you a lot because you've got no experience and they think that you're just going to drive into everything or speed everywhere or kill someone. What else do they need to know? What else affects it? The type of car. So if it's a common car on the roads for your age group specifically, they would need to know that. So if you're having something like a Vauxhall Corsa, or if you're European, an Opel Corsa, or something like that, which are very, very common on UK roads, your insurance is going to be higher because every 17-year-old chav has one of them with a fart can on the back and probably picks up their girls from McDonald's. So your insurance is going to be borderline rape. Whereas if you do what I did, which I'll move on to this more specifically shortly, and get something that won't be a car in your age group very often, like the Yaris, because it's housed as a hot hatch or a sports car, people instantly think that the insurance is going to be extortionate on it. So if you have a car like that, your insurance is going to go down because it's not so common. It's not so common of a car in general. It's not so common of a car in your age group. So yeah, your insurance is going to go down. Obviously I covered where you live, how old you are, the type of car, how many miles you plan to do in your car. You have to declare that, especially if you're black boxed. For those of you that don't know, quick side note, black box basically means that your mileage, your speed, your cornering, your braking, everything you do with that car gets tracked and recorded back to your insurance company, and then they can rate your driving score. And if it's piss poor, they'll boost your premiums, give you fines and stuff like that. Whereas if it's good, then your premiums are going to go down, and yeah. And also as well with a black box, if you run out of miles, so if you do what I did and declared 5,000 miles, run out of them miles, it's going to cost you more to add more miles on, and you have to add them on, otherwise your insurance gets cancelled. So yeah, you have to declare your miles. So the more miles you do, the more likely it is your insurance is going to go up. Which I think is stupid. Well, I can see the logic, but I still think it's stupid that it affects it. Because at the end of the day, like, why should you be judged by how many miles you drive? It's how you drive, I personally think. So yeah, yeah, the mileage you drive is another thing that affects it. Your job affects it as well. I don't know how it affects it, why it affects it, or anything like that, but your job affects it. And also the type of policy that you have as well. So obviously, like I said, there's 3 different policies you can have. That affects it. The use affects it. That's another thing I forgot to declare. So you have to declare whether you're using it for social use, domestic, social and domestic, business use, whatever you're using your car for, you have to declare that. So how you use your car also affects how much your insurance goes up or down by. So, you know, it's just so many factors that go into insurance. It is unbelievable. So anyway, you've got all that out of the way, and you know, you've got your quote. That's how your insurance is affected, and then bam, there you go, your quote's done. So the question that I get asked a lot, and a lot of the queries which I'll cover in this video as well, are about how much I pay for insurance. And more specifically, because I've said that it's a good first car on previous videos and stuff like that, how much I paid as my first year of insurance. So for those of you that are new around here, and yeah, for those of you that are new around here and don't know, my first car was in fact a Yaris T Sport. It was a 2004. Oh, that's another thing, the year of your car affects your insurance premiums as well. So yeah, there's another factor. Yeah, it was a 2004 Yaris T Sport. Go back, watch my old videos, you'll see a lot of videos on that. It was an absolute shed, but it was my first car and I loved it. I had to have a black box on it, because I was only in college. I was earning like 400 quid a month or something stupid like that. So I had to have a black box on it to keep my premium down so I could actually afford it and all that sort of stuff. So for my first year of driving with a black box, I had 5,000 miles declared on my insurance, which ended up going up to about 8,000 to 10,000 miles because I kept buying more miles every month when I used up my 5,000. So I declared 5,000 miles on the insurance. I had my dad as a name driver, and that's it. I think my job was a student, I think, if I'm right in saying. I think that's what I declared. Why is this lorry trying to get over? Fuck off. Yeah, I think I had my job declared as a student. So yeah, basic stuff. It was my first car, no claims, nothing like that. Black box. My insurance came back at £1,000 with said insurance company. I'm not going to give out names, but yeah, came back at £1,000 for my first year of insurance, which, considering the fact I'm a bloke, oh, that's another thing, your gender counts. So if you're a girl, you're going to get cheaper insurance. But yeah, that counts, not going to lie. So yeah, obviously bloke, 18 I was at the time, Yaris T Sport, came back at £1,000, which was £76 a month, I think it was. Yeah, £76 a month for the year. And that's why I said it was a good first car, because it was cheap on insurance and stuff like that. I'm guessing, because I've had loads of people say as well, oh, I've bought a Yaris as a first car, or I've bought a Yaris as a car now, thanks to your videos and all this sort of stuff, which, you know, thank you guys. I'm glad I've helped you, you know, learn more about the car. But yeah, at the time I did this, which was 4 years ago, it cost me £1,000 to insure, which wasn't bad. So yeah, that's a bit of background. Now, I've had loads of people say, oh, how can you afford two cars? You know, you're 21. How can you afford two cars? You know, you've got a turbo diesel, you've got a highly modified Yaris, which isn't very highly modified. Well, I suppose it is now, but you know, it's modified nevertheless. You know, have you got all your mods declared and all this sort of stuff? So I'm going to go over the policy that I'm on at the moment. So this is going to shock you guys, but honestly, on the grand scheme of things, this is how it's cheap. For me to insure the Audi and the Yaris on what's known as a multi-car policy, which means more than one car, obviously, for me to insure both of these cars on one of them policies, my insurance is £2,000 for the year. Now, how is that broke down? Well, if you look at the individual costs of the cars, which they do give you a breakdown of, the Yaris is £700 for the year to insure with mods declared, all of them. Yeah, so with mods declared, no black box, 3 years no claims because I cancelled a policy to start another one when I swapped to the Colt. So yeah, 3 years no claims, all mods declared, yada yada yada. That's £700 a year, 700 and something. This obviously makes up the remainder of that £2,000. So this is about £1,200–1,300 on its own to insure for the year for me as well, making a grand total £2,000 a year. My monthly payments on running these, because I pay it monthly, I can't afford £2,000 up front, otherwise I would have done it. For me to insure, you know, per month, my costs are £173 a month to run these cars. So yeah, that honestly, for someone of my age, oh, not to mention, I've now got points on my licence for speeding. So I've been done for speeding, which is 3 points and £100 fine. So I've got that on my licence, and it still came back at £2,000, which I'm happy with. That's cheaper than it was last year, so I'm happy with that. With the same company as well, so no BSing around with new quotes and stuff. So yeah, I pay £2,000 a year, which is £173 a month on insurance to keep both of these cars on the road. You know, full disclosure here as well, guys, because it is a question I am asked pretty much every day by you guys, or it's mentioned in some form or manner by you guys. So yeah, there you go. For me to run a 2007 Audi A4 2 litre TDI, which is diesel, turbo diesel, with 170 brake horsepower, completely standard. And for me to run a 2003 Toyota Yaris T-Sport 1.5 naturally aspirated with mods declared, it's, yeah, that's how much it cost me. Am I happy with paying £2,000? Not really, because it's £2,000 I could put towards saving for a house. But on the grand scheme of things, that's cheap for someone my age, my gender, my job. That is houses cheap over here, which is stupid. Now, in comparison, right? I haven't asked my parents if I can do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. For comparison, my parents, they have a 2017 Hyundai Tucson? I don't know. I'll put a picture up on screen. But they have one of those. That wasn't their exact one because they don't want me using pictures of their one, yada yada yada, which I understand. But yeah, they have one of those. 2017, it's a 1.6 petrol, non-turbo but well kitted. My dad's been driving over 25 years. He's got full no claims. He's got motor legal protection. He's got no claims protection. He's got the lot. He's self-employed, stuff like that. My mum's on that policy as well. She's been driving 13, 14 years. She hasn't got any years no claims or whatever because she's always been on my dad's policy, but she's a named driver. So yeah, my dad, I'm not going to give exact age. My dad is mid-50s. My mum's around 50. I'm not going to give exact ages because obviously they don't know I'm saying this, but just take my word for it. And their insurance to keep that car on the road alone is, if I'm right in saying, I think it's like 280 quid for the year, or 300 quid for the year. Work that out. You know, they've got money. Well, no, they haven't got them. They're not minted. But, you know, they've obviously got their house. They've, you know, that they can afford to run a house. And that's what I mean by they've got money. No, they're not minted. They're not millionaires, whatever. But, you know, they've got money. I'm starting out still, you know, I'm young, I haven't got as much money, I haven't got a house, haven't got anything like that. And they're paying nothing for insurance. Therefore, you know, the young person that's on minimum wage, with nothing behind him, yada yada yada, why on earth do I need to pay £2,000 for 2 cars when my parents can pay £300 for 1 car? UK insurance. That's all I'm saying. UK insurance. That's how it works. It's BS. I know. It's stupid. I know. But that's how UK insurance works. Yeah. I've got a couple of other insurance examples I can use, but again, I don't have permission to say about it. So I'm not going to say about it. But, you know, I've got other examples I can use which also show you how much of a piss take insurance in the UK is. Truthfully, I think it's the thing I hate most. Are you going to do your manoeuvre, or are you going to wait for me to go around? Alright, you're waiting for me to go around. Alright, screw it. Thank you for the indication. Yeah. Insurance on the UK, I hate it. It's probably, well, that's one of many things I hate about living in the UK actually. But it is a big piss take. So I hope that answers your guys' most common question towards me and most common statements towards me. Yeah. Fuck insurance, honestly. Legalised theft, that's what insurance is. But at least you guys know now. So you guys can stop asking me and, well, message me on Instagram and stuff. I love talking to you guys, but you guys can stop asking me in the comments now how much it costs on insurance, because here's an entire video explaining how much I pay on insurance and how insurance in general works in the UK. I made a whole video on it. So yeah, if that's enlightened you into the world of driving, if you're a new driver, or that's enlightened you into the world of buying pretty much any car in the UK, you're welcome. It's not fun, especially if you're young. So yeah, there you go, insurance video done. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let's give this a bit of a boot, because we're going down a straight bit of road in a minute. I need to find something to turn around to head back. I sort of just drove. But yeah, let's go! It's only an Audi. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you guys have any further questions about insurance or anything of the kind, if you guys have any further questions in general, again, let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. But yeah, like I said, hope that's answered your guys' questions. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video.